All right, if everything's working, it is now recording.
Crossed.
Yes. Hello, and welcome to Pack Tactics Season 4, Episode 26, The Village of Farmton. And everyone of a certain age just in their head said, is under attack! Just because. No reason. Don't know why. This episode is brought to you by 30 minutes of me saying, hey, I'm doing something right to this computer, followed by 2 hours of sheer terror.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's probably fine. If I don't...
Fun fact. I was just going to say, fun fact, that narrator was voiced by SpongeBob SquarePants.
They must have had a waterproof microphone.
Yep.
I always wondered every time there was a SpongeBob SquarePants thing. I never watched the show, but enough of it gets online that I feel like I still have. But something would come on the internet from the show that involved an open flame, and I would just stare at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he gave the squirrel a spacesuit, but okay. I should probably not think analytically about cartoons for children. With that said, this is an all-kobold campaign. Every character in this is a kobold, except for Mari. Mari has been designated an ambassador by some of the kobolds, who are definitely kobolds. What happened last time?
Our tail
Story
feathers
froze the
fell
back of the
off.
ship.
Mhm.
We fought a breath weapon, and the ship lost. We won, but the ship lost.
In fairness, the breath weapon also lost.
Yes.
A crit fail against a word of command when they're told to grovel. Considering they were made of ice, they turn to icy gravel, but also so did the back end of the ship. It's
This,
okay.
sadly, has not actually made Sori less likely to use that spell. Just FYI.
Well, no, and I'm sure you got active encouragement from Bapaki, who had the time of her life. Mari, however, appears to have a bit of gray in her hair now. It wasn't there before. You're pretty sure it wasn't there before. Maybe she dyed her hair and it's starting to wash out, but...
It's just ice.
No, it's not. I'm going to change your character icon slowly over time.
Oh.
I did that once on social media. I had a monster avatar and I just moved it a little bit closer every day and posted
Remember
the
that?
same message of horror is seeing something approach. And I did that every day for like a month. And like one person commented on,
I'm pretty sure the month was October.
it might have been October. I think Ellie was the one who noticed, but I could be wrong.
I am almost certain it is Ellie who noticed.
Almost certainly true. So you had a water landing. Everyone hid inside the front cabin. I refuse to use nautical language because I will probably get it wrong, even if I am told 3 seconds earlier what it is.
Works.
Yep. And the ship survived for a certain value of the word survived. A percentage of the ship survived, even missing the
Do we
back
still
end.
Do we still have the landing gear?
You still have the landing gear. It is currently underwater. It is currently
That's
ballast, as is a significant amount of fresh water from the lake. It's also considered ballast at this point. You have taken on water, but you are still buoyant. Put it that way.
Uh-huh.
And Bapaki made a suggestion to have the boat go in a certain direction. So it did, and it has docked at a small village that appears to be by a lake, but there's a lot of farmland around the and it is still daytime. As you can tell by the
A
wonderful
useful
sunlight.
thing for the dark vision deficient.
Taking stock, some of you I think have taken damage. Smallest Kep, I believe, is still in a pocket dimension. Lefty is currently disassembled.
Possibly all over the lake.
I'm going to be kind and say no on the descent down. All the bones rolled forward and into that part in the middle of the ship that's a little bit lower down than the other two parts. So there was some rattling and some rolling, but we can rebuild Lefty. We have the technology. And by that I mean Longcap has a spell.
Yes.
And
For
also
now,
some copper
however,
wire.
Longcap is going to put the bones in their bone backpack.
They're kind of big bones.
Thank you for not calling Lefty fat.
I mean,
No, it's a skeleton. It doesn't have any fat.
right. It can only
That
be
is,
big boned.
if it had fat, it would be a zombie.
Right.
So,
And if you are going to raise a zombie, it has to be an actual whole corpse, or mostly whole and humanoid corpse.
That's just so unfair. You ought to be able to raise giant dragon zombies if you can put enough energy into it.
is this an in-character conversation?
Possibly.
Maury is aghast, if true.
I don't know.
I mean, Maury has some conflicting emotions because you just almost got killed by the largest dragon ever. But also, talking about turning one of those things into a zombie. You took the really bad thing and made it worse.
I mean, I feel like that's entirely the sort of thing that Sori would say, not precisely seriously, but her sense of humor is extremely warped by the fact that Longcap is one of her best friends.
And Longcap, unfortunately, has no sense of tact.
Maury
Unless
is very
Longcap-
much aware of this.
Yeah, unless Longcap has been informed that there is something that they should be tactful about.
Well, Righty is still mostly in one piece. Lefty is now, I'm going to say Lefty is organized into a bone backpack. But I will say that draconic bones, that if you have enough of them to assemble into a medium-sized undead creature, which is how we counted it, there's a lot of tops sticking out of the backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, if you will, a cartographer with a backpack full of maps where they can't actually close the backpack because all of the scrolls are coming out of the top. That, but bones.
Figured.
If you didn't know Longcap, this would probably be the most macabre thing you've ever seen.
Sori's seen much worse.
You've adventured through much worse.
Sori has seen Longcap's quarters back at the Kobold clan that they came from. There was probably a discussion about whether she wanted her tail to have bones in it or not.
Yes.
It does
It
allow
was
for
an
more
option.
articulation.
It would, but also she has a feeling that if she agreed that there should be bones in it, Longcap would probably put entire small skeletons in there for like later parts and want to raid it for parts later, and Longcap can just put that in their own pockets.
Look, do you or do you not
would
use your
not.
tail as storage?
I would
Yes.
not use your tail as skeleton storage.
That's what you say now.
Except for its own skeleton, which may or may not move of its own volition afterwards, but that just makes it more lifelike.
When Longcap can make the skeleton tail bones have articulation that move naturally, Sori will reconsider the option. Till then, it is simply a plush tail, and she hugs it when she sleeps at night.
Aw, that's adorable.
I do think that I could do that.
Probably not right now.
If there isn't a spell for it, the DM would definitely allow it to be. I mean,
Also,
there,
it needs to be one. It needs to be one that doesn't have to be recast every day to keep the tail from trying to smack me in the face.
I would count it more as a magical item than a creature, and the rules for magical item creation are amazingly lenient.
Absent? Ah.
They exist, but a lot of the specifics are left up to the DM.
Sorry, we'll consider it when Longcap demonstrates that Longcap can do this thing without some of the interesting failures that I'm sure Longcap has managed back in their backstory.
Look, I felt that using a snake skeleton sans head was a good idea. It is the correct shape,
It kept trying to bite my butt.
but it did not have a head, so it could not do that.
Nevertheless, it was pokey.
Anyway, after the conversation leads to a headless snake skeleton inserted into a plush fake kobold tail, attempting to bite Sori in the butt, Mari makes
What?
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately.
This is what you get up to when I'm not around.
That.
It hasn't happened yet. This was what happened before. This is backstory.
I love that this is the sentence that you said. It hasn't happened yet. This is what happened before.
Right.
The story's
Now.
going to happen again.
We were talking
Clearly.
earlier about how I was going to change the previous episode to episode 26 so this one could stay episode 25. It's all coming around again, like it did before, but hasn't yet.
Anyway.
Anyway, after that commentary, Mari says, what if you just added more padding? Wait, why am I giving suggestions?
Because you have grown used to us. Sorry, pats Maury's hand.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I know.
Also, I believe that it was sufficiently padded. It was simply overly exuberant.
I would like friendlier tail, please. Anyway, not right now, obviously. I mean, unless we see some really good bones, I suppose. Because if it tries to hit me while I'm sleeping, then that would keep me awake.
Speaking of structural integrity, anyone here know how to fix a ship?
Lots of duct
Longtep
tape.
looks at Bupaki, sorry.
Boo! Pocky. No.
Hey, so Bupaki is Bupaki's pet cat.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally
Clearly.
falls off the mast.
Either that or Bupaki would be Bupaki's adopted Tabaxi child or something.
Oh, I would love for that to be canon and to have conversations about Bupaki telling her child, sorry, you're too little. I'm twice your height! Anyway, everyone's looking at Bupaki when the question is asked, who knows how to fix a ship?
I figured we might find a woodworker in town.
Processing.
Well,
I do have
If
plans
they have-
available.
Have
if
plans?
they have docks, then they must have people who know how to fix ships.
Processing. A skilled woodworker would be able to greatly increase the speed at which repairs could be done.
Since I don't think it's going to be like wiring bones back together, we should find a woodworker.
Mori bites off,
We have
Praising
legal
her deity.
tender.
Do we have what?
Legal tender.
I can heal people who need healing, and that's usually something that can be traded, right?
Probably.
Meanwhile, Atashi's been making a sandcastle.
so Utashi's already gotten off the boat and is on the
Yeah?
beach making a sandcastle.
Yep. That's what she's doing.
Give me a stealth check at disadvantage.
Oh my god. Okay. See, how do I do that? Stealth check?
Yeah,
Put
so on your
stealth-
character sheet, yeah.
Oh, character sheet. There we go. Okay, got it.
Yeah, second from the
All right,
bottom.
Stealth check. With
And when you
advantage?
click on it, you'll see the 3 different buttons. Pick the one that says disadvantage. Because I don't think you're trying to be sneaky.
Nope. It's a 15
Okay.
and a 3. Yeah.
Okay, so
Make it
well,
a
the good news
sandcastle.
is kobolds are naturally stealthy. So you have a 6.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm just going to keep that in mind. Thank you.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Just in case one of the villagers misses the ship with the back cut off, but sees the kobold making sandcastles.
There's a guy in a
Probably
suit speaking about how the boat was taken outside of the environment.
we should probably come into the location in such a way that we can keep more water from coming in the back of our Shrike ship.
Processing. The landing gear is currently keeping us from sinking.
Thank you. Maybe at some point we can back up to things and use the landing gear to tip everything so that the water falls out naturally. Once we have...
Processing. This plan would be well advised after a repair crew has been employed.
That's what I was figuring. Okay. I guess we'll need to make sure that there's a hatch in the stern of the ship, if that's the back part. I think the stern is the back part, as opposed to the front part looking very stern. No, never mind. We should have a hatch in the back so that all the water can come out, and at some point we can like, I don't know, if we're flying and stuff and we need to get rid of things, we can toss them out the back.
I don't know if I want to be happy that you want this ship to be.
Well, I fear that Sori is probably thinking something slightly more like Cloaca, but, well.
The kobold version of Marty McFly is saying, "Are you telling me you built a Spelljammer ship out of a station wagon?"
Sounds good to me.
When this baby hits a movement of 88 feet per turn.
Whoosh!
You're going to see some serious stuff.
Some great guano? Sorry.
That would not be advised.
Is that how you cast great fireballs?
Makes sense to me.
Papaki has a different method.
Involves gunpowder?
Some.
Probably going to start wandering down to the beach.
Okay.
Yeah, Bapaki is headed actually into town at this point.
Okay, and I'm going to ask for one more roll from Utashi.
Okay.
Just give me a dexterity roll.
Dexterity roll. Okay.
Yeah, just click on where it says dexterity and just click
There it is.
ability check.
Okay. Normal.
Yep.
Advantage normal. Okay. Got a 6.
Okay, that was rolling for sandcastle.
Oh, okay.
Bipaki has made a sandcastle. It is as good as you.
All right.
Utashi.
Sorry, you're right. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
Bipaki is also going down to the beach. Rain.
Right.
It has been a long time increment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a bunch of kobolds and a reluctant Mari start heading down to the beach. Righty starts coming down the gangplank.
Perhaps you should stay on the ship.
Righty sort of like sinks down a little bit, but the thumb and pinky don't sink down while the other three fingers do. And you now know what an animated skeletal hand looks like when it's sulking off.
Aww.
Someone has to guard the ship. It's a very important job.
Processing. I am capable of guarding myself.
Shh. It's still an important job so that Righty doesn't feel bad.
Also, if something dangerous attacks the ship, having multiple defenders will assist.
Mari mutters something about somebody needs on the cat. Or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
Mari would probably not necessarily know the difference. Mari is a combat person, which you wouldn't know from how Mari breath weapon. Mind about that.
Right.
I hope it was cathartic.
It was very cathartic. The water landing was not.
No.
Okay, Mari says, does any of you have any cash on you?
Nope.
Thing that would be recognized as legal coin here, I suspect.
Actually, I'm not sure how much money I have. I would have taken some from the ship.
It's true. You've been making money. You have been acquiring money.
Ellie, do me a favor. Roll 2d100.
I will try.
Okay, add a 0 to that. That's how much gold you have.
It's a 1d100.
That was 1d100.
Okay, we'll do that again.
Dang it.
Okay, add those. Add a 0.
Okay.
Pipaki is loaded.
Pocky.
Possesses legal tender.
Illegally, probably, but never mind that.
Legitimately
Tender is
acquired.
legal.
We are not going to discuss the law of the high seas because this planet doesn't really have any. It's got some very narrow
Army.
oceans, and they're lower. They're not high, they're low. They're sea level.
I think all the oceans are sea level, technically. That's how that works.
Fun fact, no one on this planet, other than people who've imported recently, understand the saying high seas anyway. Because of something like this.
They don't get to have the experience of waves that go up over ships.
It depends on the storm.
And the ship, probably.
And the ship. In any case, you are now in town. There are some people walking around. There is one person who waves at another person as they're walking past. Hello, neighbor. Says, hello, neighbor. Separate way. No one is looking at you.
Hi, neighbor.
The person that you yelled at to walks 2 steps and then slows down and then slowly turns their upper body in your direction with the legs following. It's not an owl movement, but they don't like shuffle their feet around to turn, put it that way. But they turn to look at you and they wait a little bit and then they sort of wave and say, "Hello, traveler."
Hi there.
"Hello."
Sorry, waves.
They wave.
We're looking for a woodworker. Can you direct us?
"I am not a woodworker. I am a neighbor.
That is an occupation?
We do not have an occupation. We have farmers. We have a shopkeep. We have a blacksmith."
Repairs the wooden things.
Oh, you're a town from a role-playing game.
They just stare at you. Then say, "Times are tough." They turn and walk away.
I think that this town is broken.
Yeah, this is
Creepy.
weird.
Creepy.
I
So
mean,
what's
you're talking lizards.
Yeah? And they're not noticing.
He was only a slightly better conversationalist than a zombie.
When have you been talking to zombies, Longcap? Never mind.
isn't that their job? Talking that's the impression I've gotten.
To talk to zombies?
Yeah, and skeletons. Didn't Longcap just talk to a skeleton 2 minutes ago? Were you not there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember when Longcap might have talked to a zombie.
Oh well, I'm all right. Fine. I'm gonna go see what else is in the town.
Okay.
The problem
I'm
with
gonna
making
stick-
these voices for these characters is that they're really tiring for my throat.
Oh, I bet.
Uh-huh.
Feel my pain. There's a reason why every kobold sounds like me. It's because when the DM's voice gives out, nobody notices.
Aw.
You don't even know which kobold I am, do you? We all sound alike.
Sounds a bit like a
You're just saying that because I was the last kobold I played.
yes.
Turns out that was Mox. Ha! Fooled you.
Anyway, Mipaki is wandering off to find out what else is in this town.
Okay, so you come up to a building that says store.
We're gonna need supplies. Well, not really. We can cast spells for that, but we're gonna need supplies to fix the boat. Maybe they have wood and nails and stuff.
Let's not put the metaphorical cart before the metaphorical horse. Let's find someone who can actually do the fixing before we buy the stuff to fix the boat.
We're probably going to need to find somebody who's slightly more conversational.
Yeah.
That's why I'm looking around.
Yeah. I guess we should find out what's in the store.
Okay.
Or we could look at one of the other buildings.
Mipaki isn't going in a building until she has seen all the buildings in town.
Okay.
Okay.
So you walk around and you find that, yes, there is a store. As said before, there is a blacksmith, as you were told by the very conversational.
Mhm.
There is a tavern. These are all named for exactly what they are. The tavern is tavern. Store is store. The blacksmith is blacksmith.
This does sound a lot like one of those games that hatchlings play.
There is a cartwright.
A ship is just like a really big cart, right?
The cartwright is not
Oh,
named
this-
cartwright. It is named cart fixing.
Even more like a hatchling game.
Oh no, are we stuck in a demo?
Just don't try to go off the edge of the map.
Worried. So worried.
These people are being influenced by some kind of magic. Someone must be conducting the influence.
Look for all the hatchlings.
I know some of you have those fancy spell things. Do any of you know the one that lets you see magic?
It lets you see magic?
Let me check.
Not today. Give me a day or however long it takes to detect magic in here.
I wonder if the
you-
tavern has rooms for rent.
It might. So you know the cartwright over there.
Uh-huh.
The one who's hammering on the cart right now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who's hammering on the cart right?
There's a cartwright that's using a hammer to hit a cart over and over again.
That usually breaks them unless they're pounding a nail in.
Well, they're pounding a wooden peg in.
Yay.
Wooden pegs are cheaper than nails, so they are frequently used more often. Unless you absolutely positively need
Yeah.
Hi, Percy.
Yeah,
I was wondering what that was.
Cat
Well-
sneezes.
Percy has congestion, sort of.
Poor thing.
You know how I can surface thoughts, and I said that to you having a.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we gave you one. Sorry.
I might still be having one anyway, because everyone heard I just tried it on the right
Do they have any thoughts?
fix cart.
Out
Grab a peg. Cart.
of character, I can just see the little blue bar that's going up to completion, like above their head, like a Sims character.
Yep.
So
That would imply that they're leveling up.
true.
Hey, Cartwright. Sorry,
Hello,
cart
traveler.
fixer. Hi. Let me tell you something. This sentence is a lie.
They make a face for a moment and say, "That does not make any sense. Are you here for a cart?"
No, that's all I wanted to tell you. Thanks for your time.
Maury, as you say, thanks for your time, sort of like takes a half step in front of you and says, wait. Do you know how to fix a boat?
Very
And
sensible.
they stare for a moment, say, "Is that like a cart? It's made of wood." "I don't know. I might." "Where is the boat?" "In the water." "Oh, I will take a look for it. When I am done with this," they grab another wooden peg and start hammering.
How done does the cart look?
It looks like they are attaching walls to the sides. There are some boards in a pile the side of the cart that look like they were once the same size and shape as the ones that are being attached. It's possible that this is a replacement.
Do the ones on the ground look like they're busted or worn
Wintered,
out?
worn, maybe a little rotted. They're
It's a
not all
valid
damaged the
repair
exact. It is a valid repair job.
job. Okay.
Well, I'm going to go see what's in the tavern.
Okay.
All right. As you go out towards the tavern, Ari whispers to you again and says, "Right, I feel a little better. When you and I were asking questions, the cartwright was definitely thinking of what to. It's whatever compulsion they might be under. It does allow for interaction. It does allow for, but at the same time,
Well, that's good to
Good.
know.
they were terrified
Of us?
Free
Or in general?
or of thinking.
of how we'd react to.
Oh.
That's weird.
That is weird. Are they under some kind of spell?
I'm not the kind of person who has the kind of spell that lets me figure that out.
Huh.
I can read surface. Actually, no, I tell a lie. I just looked at Mari's list of spells, and Mari does, in fact, have Detect Magic listed not once, but twice on here.
Okay.
How does she get it twice?
Because she's an artificer and a cleric.
Oh.
So
Yep.
she needs
Oh, hold on. Let me check. Oh, I click prepared. Always click prepared.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Boy
Has
Scout
she
motto.
prepared it?
Mhm.
Does she have it prepared? That's the question.
I do not see it in the list. It prepared/unprepared is weird in Foundry. Doesn't like light up to say, "Oh yeah, you've definitely clicked this," versus not clicking it.
Alright.
I mean, it
I
does.
get around that by
It
not having any spells.
yes, you do. It puts a black line
Twice.
under it either way when I click on it, but it's only slightly lighter if it's not
I do.
selected.
Uh-huh.
I do have one spell, but its material component is a cannon,
And it's called
as
fire.
noted last time. And it's called fire.
Well, that fire is a somatic component. No, it's the
Yes.
verbal component. The somatic component is
It's the
taking a
verbal com-
small a
is-
small wick and applying it to the cannon.
Yes.
You want to talk about whether or
Also,
not the
it's a
cannon has to be
ritual
loaded.
spell.
It takes 10 minutes to cast.
Also, it's yeah.
But that's only if Bapaki is the one in charge of picking up the cannonball and carrying it to the front of the cannon.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you have crew for that.
Yeah, it's one of those rare spells where can have an assistant.
Makes sense. This all tracks. Okay, so you've gone to the tavern.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know where that is on the map.
It isn't the exact location on the map, so
Okay.
I'm not going to worry about that. We'll just say you go into the tavern, and there are a few people at tables. One of the tables has a man and a woman and 3 kids all sitting around the table. They all have a mug of some kind and a bowl of some kind in front of them. Not all the mugs and bowls are the same make and model, let's put it that way. And there is one person standing behind the bar. They are holding a glass and a cloth. They are not actively cleaning the glass with the cloth, as you see every bartenders do in every scene that has a bartender ever in the history of mankind. They are just holding both of them.
There's someone sitting at the badly tuned piano, but they're just holding their hands over the keys.
The piano is still playing.
That cat. Sorry, is creeped out.
Hello, bartender.
Hello, traveler. Can I get you beverage?
Do you have room?
We have several tables.
No, for sleep.
Is it a tavern or just a tavern, or is it an inn as well?
Yeah, that's the question.
The bartender stares at you for a couple seconds and then says, "Would you like a room?"
Yes. Yes, I would.
How many?
Please and thank you.
2.
You can have 2 rooms. Yes.
How much do they cost?
Are you saying that out loud?
Well, she's sort of trying to whisper it out the corner of her mouth to Bapaki.
Oh, Bapaki doesn't care.
Yes, but she wants Bapaki. Sori would like Bapaki to ask, so that's why she's going.
Oh,
how much do
okay.
they cost?
I rolled
he
insight
has-
earlier, and I'll keep using the 23. The one time Bapaki gets to be insightful, she's going to roll with it. How much are the rooms?
1 copper per person.
Oh, okay. Do some math here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I gave you solid gold increments and then charged you coppers.
Yep.
I am a horrible person. But in a town like this, charging you a gold per room would be incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
Like going to a farmer's market and every pie is $20.
You mean they're not?
Oh, it's been a while since. There's one right down the road tomorrow. But never mind.
How much could a pie cost, really? $20? Sorry.
Yeah, there we go. Also, I'm used to going to a harvest festival where on the last day they're just selling everything at an incredibly large discount, and that's when I buy all the.
Oh,
Anyway.
Yeah. I hope you didn't hear that.
We did.
I heard it. Sorry.
Sorry.
It was a very similar sound to the last time I hit my microphone with my headphones.
I was swatting at a fly and missed.
Oops.
The fly gained
They
1
have high
XP.
dodge.
I am going to hand the bartender. Let me see if I've done the math right. Yes, I have. I'm going to hand the bartender a gold piece and say, "We have 5 people, and we would like 20 nights. That is 100 copper."
I'm going to go with your insight roll. The bartender. I'm going to go with your insight roll of 23. The bartender is not happy about that. But they smile and take the gold and say,
If you would like, we can pay for each night, and you can give me change.
"Yes, I will get you change." And they grab the change that the DM can't be bothered to do the math on.
Is there any sense of relief?
It's very slight.
Okay.
Don't want us here.
Not for 20 nights.
Yeah, no.
Well, it all depends on how long it's going to take to.
I was just trying to save you from having to make change. If we can stay for 1 night, that would be fine.
Change is no problem. Stay as many nights.
All right. Thank you. I will
Sorry.
take the 95 copper.
It isn't a large. No, there's silver in there.
Okay.
I was going to say
Sori's
it's a
going
large
around
chest.
with insight too.
No, Electrum does not exist. Someone made a wish, and now there's no Electrum in the universe anymore. We don't remember their name.
What happens when someone who is very passionate about currency gains the ability to cast 9th level spells?
Also, why there's no pennies.
Ah.
There used to be pennies in D&D, but none of you remember them anymore because of the wish. Anyway.
Sawyer is also going to do an insight just to look around, and is the family acting normally? She's kind of expecting the kids to call them weird dogs now.
Okay. They're not looking at you at all. They are lifting their drinks to their mouths or spoons to their mouths. It's somewhat mechanical, not a whole lot. The kids are a little more awkward with it than the adults. With a 21, you will notice a thing that you instinctively look over to Mari. Not to get Mari's reaction, although you do get that. You look at Mari's tattoo. Every human on this planet that you've met has 2 tattoos under their eye, unless they're kids only have 1, and it's the culture they're raised. And when they get older, they go on a journey to all the different cultures, and they decide where they're going to settle down. And then the second tattoo is where they choose to make their home. Most people, both tattoos are the same color. But every now and then, there's people who are different. Sorry has a black tattoo and a red.
Mari.
Mari. Thank you. It's the last syllable that's the same. But never mind about that. Mari has a black and a red tattoo because Mari was raised a Xenolite and their color is black. And Mari decided that she was going to live in the city. So her second tattoo, red. The
Do
parents.
People have any tattoos?
They all have tattoos. Kids only have 1.
Okay.
Parents both have 2. Each kid has a different color. And some of them don't have colors that match. Either parent has a matching set. Any individual, and now that you see that, the bartender has 2 different tattoos also. Any single one of these people, if you just took them out of context and looked at them, you would say, yeah, that can track. But the tattoos here don't seem to have a cultural circuit for this is where I'm choosing to live. Or
it's like if somebody sent a whole bunch of orphans to be raised, and do the kids look like the parents? I mean, mammals do that sometimes, like with the way their bones are and the way their fur is.
This family all looks related. Like they all have the same hair color. They all have the same, with slight variations, nose.
Their lines are wrong.
So,
come to think of it, the bartender's nose is quite similar to their nose too.
But Pocky, would you mind if Mari and I stepped outside for just a moment?
By all means.
You'll be okay.
I'll let you know where the rooms are.
Good. Utashi, can you stick with Bapaki? Thanks.
Okay.
Mari?
And Longcap, ideally. Unless Longcap's got other ideas.
I do not.
Yeah, you should go with Bapaki. Be on guard.
I shall do so then.
So, bartender, where are these rooms?
I will show you. Right this way.
Hey, thank you.
Does the GM want to follow first since we split the party?
All right. Well, the bartender leads you to a door that they open, and you go up a flight of stairs, and there's a short hallway that has 2 doors, one on either side of the hallway. Here are your rooms. Bartender goes over and he opens one door and then he goes and he opens the other door, and the rooms look identical. Technically, they look like mirror images.
Yeah, that tracks.
Oh, wow.
Pretty standard.
So don't take the interiors of these spaces as analogs for what they're actually shaped like, but Longkep and Bapaki and Utashi they're the ones that are upstairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm moving.
I see Longcap is exploring.
Longcap has been moved by the GM. Whoosh.
Yes. And
Hey, Longcap.
Hmm?
When you go to sleep for the night, does Smallest Cap have to rest?
Smallest cap is a skeleton.
I don't know how these things work.
That is fair. No, smallest cap does not sleep.
Okay. Will you ask Smallest Cap to bite me if I go to sleep tonight?
I believe we are having the same line of thought.
Yeah. I think we're on the same page. Don't let me go to sleep.
Indeed. I hope that you will repay this favor.
I'll do my best. Smallest Kep has been practicing their snore. It requires a kazoo and a balloon.
The kazoo because there's nothing to vibrate properly, but also a balloon because no lungs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The worst of it is they wouldn't be able to equip these items properly into their ribcage by themselves. So they sort of drag them over to whoever's watching, usually Longkep, and just sort of like tap them with a front paw and look up pleadingly.
Oh. Okay, we can go to
Sorry and Maury.
Tori and Maury.
Maury, by the way, has equipped the balloon and kazoo for Smallest Kep 3 times.
We,
She doesn't think anyone's seen her
that's
do it.
sweet.
Aww.
All right. Let's let the Rhyme Twins get some action.
Okay. Sorry and Maury. Activate their Wonder Twin powers.
Maury?
It does not work
Maury?
because of the height difference.
Sorry and Maury. Maury and Sorry.
Gox and Socks. Wait, no. Wrong season.
Happened. That's canon.
That one's Gox. That one. Where did Socks go?
No one knows.
I'm right here. Who said that? The very thin tree? No, behind the tree. No, the other tree. That's a blade of grass. Anyway, Sorry and Maury. Sorry, you had something you wanted to say. Second here.
Okay.
Please continue.
Right. So the little lines under your eye.
You saw it too.
Uh-huh. But they look like they're related, so it's not like the orphanage
That's not where I
directors
meant
or
to
something.
put that.
I am very amused that you cast
Right,
Lehman's tiny
that.
hut in the middle of the tavern.
I did not mean to cast it in the middle of the tavern. I meant
Well-
to cast it in our room.
Everything
Oh,
inside the buildings is placeholder because I couldn't find a lakeside map with a tavern. It's fine. We're just going to say, and there you go. It's all
Anyway,
good.
the part I'm casting it about is spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it.
There you go. Now, is it a dome or a sphere? I think it's a dome.
And are you
Yes.
going to wait to cast it until we show up? Because right now we're outside, so we wouldn't be able to get in.
I can always recast it.
Oh, it says 10-foot
It's a
sphere.
ritual.
If I want to be a mean person,
Oh,
I could say that you cast this spell and everyone just sees a dome appear in the ceiling, coming down for 10 feet. 5 feet, but still.
It says dome everywhere except for the bottom where it says sphere.
Yeah. Anyway, they don't expect you to cast it on the second floor of a tavern, I believe. Which is weird because that's where most fights happen, don't they? Anyway, back outside, where no one is thinking about Lehman's tiny hut, Maury says, yeah, that's not right.
And the blacksmith and the bartender looks kind of like them. The nose part looks similar.
It's a small town. I mean, part of the
Yeah.
reason why we go on our journeys in adolescence is to increase genetic diversity, technically. But even then, you get small communities, they all end up starting to look like each other eventually, if they're small enough.
Uh-huh.
And this is a small town. So that
But
part
their
is not
lines are
weird.
different.
They're all different.
Uh-huh.
And that this town should follow one of the 5. Everyone's lines are different. This town
Uh-huh.
doesn't follow any of the 5. So the ones who've chosen to live here, they should all have the same second line. They don't.
Uh-huh. It's weird. So what do the lines mean that you've seen?
They each represent one of the 5.
Oh, so there's like white and red. Oh.
Red
And
are
some of
city
them are
folk,
white?
green live in
And
the
they're white?
forests, white live on the mountains, blue live in the wastes,
Uh-huh.
black live in the swamps.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's not.
And I will piggyback on your
Color-coded
previous
shit.
insight roll and just point out Mari is doing her best to sort of like walk all the way around the fact that each of these is supposed to be worshiping a separate god. Because theoretically,
And
one of
Sori's
them
muttering
just
things
attacked
about,
you.
oh yeah, that's yeah. Sori's muttering things about, oh, that's not color coded at all, right?
I've been throwing that at you since episode 1.
Yeah, well, it was so logical. Yeah.
Anyway,
Look, I usually play GURPS. Color coded dragons aren't natural to me. Now they are.
we should play Cypher System. They're not color coded there either.
Indeed. So does that mean that they don't worship any and they're hiding it? Or
Oh no, I've never been here before.
yeah, right. I know. And also they're freaked out and also why aren't they calling us weird dogs or something? I mean, I don't like it, but I'm used to it.
Sorry, distracted by Ellie inventing spells for.
Yep.
Or are they curses?
Tinny hut.
Sorry.
Liamon's Tinny Hut. Same as the other spell, except anyone who tries to enter it and isn't on the list gets tinnitus. Nothing but
Anyway,
white noise can enter.
I guess we should go up and set a watch, and also somebody should get detect magic. Do you get to get detect magic?
You mumble something.
Praying? Maybe don't pray.
Maybe not.
Sori pats her hand. I'm sure that Utashi could talk about, Utashi's god.
Elma?
Isn't that the god of suffering?
Utashi's?
She worships Ilmater?
Yep. There's a story behind it. A little one.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah. She was part of the Chipclaw clan, which was somewhere around Coomridge. And when she was looking for a god to follow, she ran into presumably Obame from early on. And
Obame was
all
a
about
dwarf
it,
follower
and,
of Ilmater, brought Ilmater
Mhm.
to Circulus. Yes.
Yes, so that's how she got into that.
And the thing is,
Ta-da.
because
I remember
Obame was a dwarf, when Obame spread the word of Ilmater in Circulus, when Ilmater appeared in Circulus, they were seen as a dwarf. And they were like, this is new. Which is canon, because Ilmater actually appeared to Obame. But never mind about that.
yeah.
So Maury's like,
So anyway,
so you're suggesting I follow a god of suffering? That actually that tracks.
Considering everything. Yeah. I mean, I talk about mine, but I don't remember anything. Sori hangs her head.
Maury gives you a pat on the shoulder.
Sori looks appreciative, which you may or may not be able to tell because she's a dragonborn.
Well, there's lots of body language.
True.
Honestly, I'm not sure which of us has it worse. One hand.
Probably.
Hmm?
I mean, I think that you've been getting the worst of it because we meant to go explore things and we got lucky and didn't get turned into physics and we didn't go splat.
I was referring to our personal theological journey.
I'm kind of used to it. No one's ever recognized my symbol that I had when I woke up because no one remembers. Never mind.
Well, I suppose yours couldn't be worse than mine. I mean, what are the chances that there's like a god so evil and terrible it's like 5 dragon gods put together?
I sure hope not. But I'm sure whoever it is must be nice because I do still get spells. So I thank them for it.
Get spells.
But at least with Utashi, you know what you were getting.
I still get spells.
Yeah. I'm not sure we want to bring attention, though. I don't know. That means they're really that powerful.
I don't know if it means not all of them are bad, or if they're so far beyond us, don't even.
One of them noticed.
Well, yeah. Yes. And Maury shivers.
Sori has her shoulders hunched.
Sorry, you also shiver. It's gotten
Maybe
a lot colder
colder.
very quick.
I think
And we've
we
been
need
playing
to go
for over an hour.
inside.
What do you say we take a short
Yeah.
break?
A short break to be oh no.
Yep,
Crap.
yep.
Something like that. We'll be right back.
Crap.
Not a button.
Yes, not just any button. The button. the button for Cusco. The button is specifically designed to unpause Cusco's game. Cusco's button.
Cusco is jamming? I thought you were Crash.
Wrong button.
Oh,
You laugh.
my favorite variation. Yes, and somebody always has inspiration, but I'm double checking anyway just to be certain. Oh, Bepaki didn't have inspiration. Fixed it. There we go. My favorite variation of the whole Cusco's poison thing was, I think Ellie was the one who shared it. I could be wrong, but it's usually Ellie who finds these gems. Oh, a Snickers bar picture. And the caption was, remember to check your Halloween candy. This time around, I found inside a Snickers bar a poison. Cusco's poison. The poison is specifically designed to kill Cusco. It was glorious. With a little vial of turn you into a llama potion inside a Snickers bar. It was wonderful. Anyway, Mari and Sori, the rhyming sisters, are outside the inn as everything is getting colder. Like there is frost on the grass.
Sori looks up.
The sky is blue. A few wispy white clouds.
Think we should hide?
I'm okay with hiding.
And we should tell the others. Sori grabs Maury's hand and goes to run into the inn.
Maury does not resist the grapple attempt. Okay, so the two of you run into the inn. There is yelling that you hear off in the distance as you go into the inn.
What kind of yelling? People being upset yelling, or the yelling that someone has seen a giant white dragon coming this way?
Yelling about the crops.
Oh no. Oh crap.
Do you just stop once you're inside the door, or do you go upstairs?
Stairs.
Okay.
I mean that's the direction that's the only direction that there is to find rooms.
Okay. Just double checking something. And by double checking something, I mean looking at your character sheet. Okay. All right. So you go up the stairs. Fortunately, the door to the stairwell was left open. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known where the stairs were because you were already outside when that happened. And the DM is throwing you a bone.
Thank you. I mean, it's a door.
Save that for later. Longcap is going to need that to put Lefty back together. Once you get up the stairs, there's a room on either side of the hallway. You heard me say this to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And the center of Lehman's tiny hut is like right on top of Mari's eye for the icon that I'm using for Mari, and it's really weirding me out. So I'm just going to move Mari down here.
I genuinely tried to scrape that off my monitor.
Oh no.
There is a scratch on one of my monitors, and I have spent some time trying to erase it in an image editing program.
Oh no.
And I know why the scratch is there. I was there when the scratch happened. I still sometimes forget. Oh, by the way. But in any case, with that said,
I know why the caged monitor scratches.
Because I knocked it over on top of something. Oh crap.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mari and
Sorry.
Do some explaining on Tuesday.
Is our upstairs crew all in one room, or did you divide and conquer?
I think so.
Okay.
No, I think so.
Yeah, Longcap and I have been conferring, and Utashi has been
Utashi-ing.
enjoying the ride.
Okay. So Mari and Sari, I'm going to say they go to opposite doors and open them up, and whoever opens the wrong door just turns and runs and follows the person who opened the right door. We can bicker and argue about who opened which door later. If it's relevant, it's not, but we can do that anyway if it's fun.
Funniest part is, regardless of who opens the wrong door, they're both going to bounce off Liamon's tiny hut.
Oh.
I'm going to.
Longcap.
I was going to suggest that Longcap would probably not cast Liamon's tiny hut until after they were all together.
Yeah, but this is funnier.
Also, I did specifically say, no, it's a ritual spell. I can recast it.
Okay.
Longcap did cast Liamon's tiny hut in case someone tried to come cast the spell on us while we were separated.
Okay.
Yeah. Also,
Then,
it's good to have that anti-magic barrier while we're discussing how to deal with the magic in the town.
Yeah.
Then you're
Longcap
absolutely
sticks
right.
their nose out of the bubble, and the bubble pops.
And then
Maybe we
everyone
should do that again.
everyone who was in the bubble immediately feels like the room is significantly colder.
Put it back.
Frosty
The-
out there.
I can put
The
it back,
seasons
but
on
it will
this
take
planet
10
are
minutes.
weird. What
I'm a little
What did you do
concerned.
while you were out there?
We just talked, but I think we might be being followed.
By what? Oh, right.
There,
Yeah, that.
you hear
I
a
don't
voice on the other side of the wall of your room, not to the hallway, but to the outer wall, of something flying past its speed,
Is
going,
the outer wall
"Hey, it's not methods!"
I couldn't hear that.
that
I
was
couldn't hear
as
that.
comprehensible as possible.
I didn't hear what Crash
At
was saying.
speed, a voice going,
They is not methods.
Oh no. That's my
But you
fault.
also hear a crunch sound that is very much not method induced.
"Is there a window?"
There is not a window. There are shutters.
All right.
When you
then
go to the
Poppy
shutters
is-
and throw them open, there is a wall.
Creepy.
Well, that's less than useful. Bipaki is out the door and down the stairs.
Okay?
Longcap brings Smallest Cap back from the void and is going to send Smallest Cap out to look, because Smallest Cap is probably small enough that it will not have to make stealth checks.
Too small to be seen by giant white dragons.
Yes, and Longcap can see through. Smallest Cap's eyes isn't the right word.
Eye
Vision.
sockets.
Eye
Let's go with
sockets.
vision.
That's
Yes.
eye sockets. Yeah.
Just as long as we don't get a special effect of when that's happening, suddenly Smallest Cap has Long Cap's eyes.
Okay.
Give those
That's out
back. It turns out that they're not Longcap's eyes that are from Longcap's head. Longcap just had some eyes saved for a project. Smallest Cap decided they might be fun to try out, see if they like them. And it's so rare to find eyes their size.
Mm.
Anyway, as you go out, you see,
Oh, these guys.
yeah, there are swarms of ice mephits flying around, terrorizing villagers who are running off in various directions. Some of them are carrying farming equipment with them. Some of them are not carrying anything with them at all. There's also what appear to be
Are
a
any
few.
of them?
Hmm?
Go ahead.
There's a few animated breaths like you have fought before, fact, who are approaching one of the townhouses. Well, houses in the town. They're not townhouses. That's a specific. You know what I mean. There appear
Yeah.
to be
Townhouses.
spiders made of ice crawling over a different home. The Cartwright area seems to be getting attacked by a thing that looks like a glowy blue salamander. It's got like multiple legs. That's a little weird. That is a roll. That is another nat 20.
Wow.
Ellie has not given her dice to anyone else after all the nat 20s from our cause and effect session.
Apparently not.
And that is an Arcana check. So some of these things are very obviously things that can be either created or summoned using magic. Mephits are elementals. They can spawn in naturally, but they can also be summoned if you know the right ways to do it. That includes spells, but also particularly powerful beings that are attuned to various elemental things can, make things happen. The breath, well, you saw how that got created. So that part's obvious. Salamander thing is weird.
Lack of toothbrushing.
Did anyone else follow us down?
I probably would.
The anime. Oh, you're talking about the party. Mari followed you down for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone else, I'm leaving that to them.
Sorry? Maury followed us down for sure?
Yep. And Utashi went with because she's got spells.
Sori is sticking with Long Cap, which may
Okay,
mean that we're
because
coming
that
down more
Arcana-
slowly.
That Arcana check was for a very specific thing.
Ooh.
Bipaki is uncharacteristically serious as she turns to Maury. Maury, I'm very sorry to have to ask this, but we need your chosen friend's help.
The GM is blanking at what that means.
The tattoos. She's black and red, right?
Yes, but her cleric powers come from the black, not the red.
Yeah,
It's
but Bipaki Bipaki is not 100% clear on how all this all works.
Neither is Mari based on Bapaki's statement, so this is wonderful. It's like,
You picked the red, right?
I chose to live in a city.
So try and call for help.
I'm going to say you get the sense that Mari is actually reluctantly trying, and I am going to roll. This will be a religion check. Help?
In the
Okay,
meantime,
there's
Bipaki
a
is...
giant blue salamander and a bunch of ice mephits.
There's a bunch of ice mephits. There are some animated breaths. Don't take the two things I put on the map as a full representation of what's going on. The map is only showing two structures. This town is larger than that.
I can't see what you put on the map.
Okay. There,
Oh, Longkip's still in the building.
Yeah,
Will you-
Longkip's still in the building.
are you scanning?
Crash, will you move
Smallest Kep's
Longkip?
not.
Oh,
Don't move me. Sorry.
yeah, don't move Longkip. Smallest Kep can see what's going on. But,
Okay.
There we go. That smallest Kep could not see what was going on, and I could not select it because I could not see it while I was long Kep. Also, I cannot
oh no.
move.
Okay,
I can
there's
only
two
do
smallest
that.
Keps. Smallest Kep is multiplying.
Yes, because
Smallest
I have
Kep
to
will
put
soon make
down
more smallest
another
Keps.
one to see anything.
Which
I cannot
Smallest
use
Kep 2.
Kep to select smallest Kep and see smallest Kep.
Oh, sorry. Smallest
I
Kep
will-
2. The Revenge.
For some reason, I can't move the second one either.
well, give me a second.
Foundry
It's
has
alright,
a
you'll
weird
take care.
thing where you have to explicitly put a token into a player's control.
Yeah, and
Yes,
smallest
but I
Kep
did
should
that.
be under my. Yeah, I can't move long Kep either.
Oh, well, weird. Oh, well, that's extremely weird then.
Oh, it's because the game's paused.
It's not.
Is it?
Pause
You may
for me.
want to reload.
Yeah.
I have just
No.
paused it and unpaused it. Did that fix it?
Yes.
Okay.
Aha.
We have encountered that bug before.
And okay, there we go.
Smallest Kep sees the largest of
So-
monsters flying around, destroying everything. These giants amongst Keps are referred to as mephits. Smallest Kep has seen them before. But there's also bigger things. Animated breaths that are, okay, that one just got eaten by a house. Now, at first,
Uh-oh.
At
Long
first,
Kep
Long
sort
Kep,
of blinks.
at first, the thought process is that one just went right through the front door and made it larger. No, the front door is closed. That was a gulp.
Out now, everyone. And Long Kep runs.
After, if there's anyone inside the house, it's still inside the inn, especially a child or something, she might grab their hand and drag them. But otherwise, she is getting the heck out of Dodge.
Oh,
When Longcap says things like
Yeah.
that,
Okay.
Bipaki. What does Bipaki see the house eat the thing, the mephit or whatever?
It's possible Papaki does. It is also possible that Papaki was distracted by the villagers who were throwing books and rakes and cartwright tools at a bunch of mephits. Some missed and landed on the ground. Some hit the mephits. Each one that hit a mephit stuck to the mephit. And then pseudopods sprang out of them and started hitting the mephits repeatedly.
everything is a mimic. Oh no.
That's
I don't
an
know
insight
if a
roll of
14 will do it.
What are you wondering about?
The DM has to. Bipaki is trying to figure out that this is the player knows what's going on. The player is trying to figure out if the character knows what's going on.
I will tell you that what Bipaki is seeing is that a lot of otherwise inanimate objects are able to beat up things made of ice on their own. That
Yeah.
one's chewing.
And Bipaki, the player is trying to figure out if Bipaki knows what that means.
The kobolds have encountered mimics before.
Basically, has Bipaki encountered a mimic? Yes.
Even if Bipaki herself has not encountered a mimic before, the Circle of Tales has on many occasions. The founding members, let's put it this way, the Will It
Got their foot
Blend
stuck in
meme.
one.
The Will It Blend meme started with a house mimic getting destroyed.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Hmm?
But also, the Circle of Tales founders got their foot stuck in a mimic at one point. Well, one of them did anyway.
I was going to say, it wasn't all of them all at once. That would have been very weird. Also, the mimic would have been on fire.
Right.
Not for long, but it would be very brilliant for a short amount of time. Anyway.
As soon as Bapaki figures out what's going on, she is going to run back to the tavern door.
The door is not where it was before.
Before she goes in, she's going to put her hand on next to the doorway and say, "We need to get your people out."
The door is already 2 feet higher off the ground than it was before. And it doesn't look like a door anymore. But it does seem to have what appear to be cheeks bulge out on either side of it. And then a collection of furniture is spewed out onto the ground and begins to crawl off towards one of the animated breaths.
I suppose that
Did we get
so
outside?
far the house mimics have not been hostile to us and have been hostile to the things chasing us. So we should help them for the moment.
Yeah.
Assuming we got out. I assume Sori and Longcap have gotten out. Or
Oh,
at least
yeah, they
guys
ran out.
with the furniture. Yeah.
Will it let me in long enough to get the people out? Are the people in there actually people?
When you were
Are there any
running
people
out,
left in
I
there?
didn't say anything about people. You didn't see
Sure.
any people on the first floor when you ran.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not going to worry about it.
I think we may have learned why mimics usually don't mimic people.
They're really weird about it?
Yeah.
This is a village of mimics. Well, if they're nice mimics, that's fine. Maybe they can still help us fix the ship, and also, I don't like the methods.
Longcap casts Dragon's Breath on themselves.
1 second.
Oh.
Okay, so you hear a voice. It's not incredibly loud. You can tell the person, the thing making the voice is attempting to be as loud as possible, but they are a slight distance away. Processing. I am in distress.
For the boat, Righty might
What
need
for
some
the boat?
guidance. Go for the boat.
Yeah.
And Righty might need some guidance.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we all going for the boat?
I mean, you don't have to.
Sori's going after the unhappy boat. That's our ship. It's how we get out of here.
Yeah.
And getting out of here sounds like a good idea.
I'm just moving icons out of the way.
Something.
Technically, Lefty is also on the map, but it's hard to move the villain on top of a corpse.
Oh.
All right. So as you are going towards the boat, there is another one of those blue salamander things that is standing on the ice that has now trapped your Shrike ship in place. And
Oh, no.
it is breathing out onto the water, turn it into ice. And the sides of the Shrike ship, which it's made out of wood, are starting to buckle and break as the ice expands as it freezes.
Longcap, is going to decide that if it is going to breathe ice onto the water and cause trouble, Longcap is going to breathe fire onto the ice.
Okay?
Man, can I use my inspiration for my initiative?
You may. Although I will tell you that I just rolled for the Frost Salamander and I got a nat 1.
I did see that.
So did
But yeah.
Longcap.
So did Longcap.
Oh.
But Longcap got a slightly better nat one.
Yes, because there's no such thing, like, in initiative, there is no such thing as an automatic success or failure. It's all just comparative numbers. So even a nat 1 can end up being a 2 or...
It's true.
Everyone's going at the end. Combat starts. Everyone just stands in battle pose, rocking back and forth on their knees.
Hockey, I think you should probably just stick with what you got there, apparently. Who got that one?
Oh,
Meanwhile,
Utashi-
Utashi's
Don't
gets a
worry,
19.
don't worry, everyone. The healer's going first.
Well, that
Utashi, hold your action. Actually, wait. The healer going first is great.
Because they're
If
going,
they can cast
they're
it
going
before
last in the
day
second turn.
Because the villain goes last.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
so you
but
get to react to
Maury,
whatever happens. Sorry.
Maury, you still need to roll initiative.
Don't want to?
You're the one who ran over here.
So did all you.
And that's why I got the same initiative as Papaki.
Mori and Bapaki go at the same time.
And we are going to give smallest Kep, because somehow I selected smallest Kep in this batch as well. Same initiative. Actually, can I give...
But smallest Kep gets the same initiative as long Kep, don't they?
I can give decimal points in initiative. I can assign smallest Kep an initiative of 2.5 to make sure that they're always going right after long Kep. We do need Utashi's initiative roll, though. That's going to be...
Utashi's got an initiative of 19.
19.
Yeah, 19.
Oh. I didn't...
Yeah.
Because it's not,
because it's not an initiative roll.
Oh.
It's actually a 22. Yeah, because you've got a +3 to initiative.
Oh.
Okay. Utashi goes first. Everyone waits for the anniversary of Utashi's turn for them to go. It's great.
I mean,
there's some birthday parties.
Utashi's initiative is at least twice anybody else's initiative.
Yes.
She doesn't know that, though, so...
No.
Oh, it's my turn? Oh, by the way, I will say that because this was declared in advance, before this is all starting, I am going to ask Longkep to do the spell attack thing that you were planning.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, do that.
To start off the combat.
What spell attack?
Dragon's Breath.
The Dragon's
Breathing
Breath.
fire.
Yeah, that is not an attack. That is a saving.
Oh, that's a saving throw.
Oh, I see how it is.
I assume that.
And you see that's a 5.
Yeah. And I assume that the ice is going to fail its saving throw automatically because it's ice.
It's actually resistant to fire damage from lizard folk necromancers. It's a very specific thing that doesn't come up very often.
Fire damage to the frost salamander and the ice.
Doesn't like that.
Vulnerable? Is it vulnerable to fire?
I'm checking. Damage vulnerabilities. It only says fire here. Weird.
It takes extra damage from fire?
If it's vulnerable, it takes double damage.
Only if it's fire damage, though.
That's what Longcap wanted.
Okay, so I will say that yes, you do melt a lot of the ice. So now, like, the tail end of the salamander is going down into the water and it's scrabbling on its middle leg to try to make sure it doesn't slide all the way down. I will also say that while that's a very comical sight, I will say that Longkep is intelligent enough, or that's the wrong way of saying it, because you are not smart, you are not the opposite of smart. Smart is a verb, it's what you're doing. So I will say that Longkep has the critical thinking skills to not cast Dragon's Breath in the same direction as the wooden Spelljammer ship, which isn't technically a Spelljammer ship, but besides the point.
Yes.
So the ship is still...
Let me... That's color spray. I don't want to look at color spray. Where are you? Yeah, it's only 15 feet. So if I'm standing here and the boat is in front of the salamander, it won't go far enough.
Oh yeah, well, what I'm specifically getting at is you don't cast it on the ice directly next to the ship for fear that you might end up setting the ship on fire, which will be replacing one problem with a worse problem. So the ship is still trapped, but it doesn't have... The ice has somewhere to go when it expands now. That isn't ship.
We're not getting our ship crushed.
It's no longer being crushed by the ice. It's trapped in the ice. With that said, it is now Utashi's.
Okay. A couple of ideas. We'll decide which one's better. Okay, I'm going to throw Guiding Bolt at it. I'm going to move closer.
I like this idea.
There. Okay, yeah.
Considering who goes right after Utashi, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I forgot how to do this. Is it a 20? The 20, right?
Yeah. If you click on Guiding Bolt in your spell book, it'll put a thing in the log.
Okay, let me hold on. I'm having trouble here. Hold on. I think
sorry.
Oh, there it is. That's okay.
There's a Okay, so if you mouse over Guiding Bolt, if you go to your spell book and mouse over Guiding Bolt, on the left-hand side there's like a D20 icon. If you click on that, it'll put a thing in the log on the right-hand side.
Okay, I have clicked on it. It says cast spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cast spell.
Cast spell. Okay, casting spell.
And
What
then you go to the chat log, and it says
Okay.
Guiding Bolt, and you got a button for attack.
Okay, attack.
And if you hit, you also have a button for
Oh.
damage.
10.
Okay. With your bonus,
14.
that brings to 14,
Oh.
which is unfortunately not high enough.
Can I send my inspiration to Utashi?
You most certainly may. Done it before. Actually,
So
it's
Alright.
with. I would say it's close enough. Utashi, I have a question for you. Would you consider the Shrike ship to be an ally of yours?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Roll again.
It's a sapient creature.
Oh,
Does this mean I do it again or what?
Yes, because the name of the show is Pack Tactics, and they can't take that from the
Okay.
kobolds if
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
the DM.
Okay.
Just click the
Alright,
attack button
so I
again
can
and Guiding
attack
Bolt.
Again.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, that one normal. What do we got now?
Well, a 21 will hit.
21. Oh.
So go ahead
okay.
and press the damage button.
Good. Damage button.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Is it just hit normal? Is that right?
Yeah.
It's lit
Yep.
up
Because
that
it
way.
wasn't a crit, so.
I can't read those.
Well, it tallies it up for us in the chat. I have trouble
Oh,
reading that as
13.
well. So
Okay.
we got 13 points of damage.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
GM takes math damage.
Yeah. I just couldn't read it because it was too light compared to the
Oh, yeah.
color of the dice.
Yeah, that wasn't very high contrast on those dice at all. But I have put in the damage, and now it is a sparkly, glowy, blue frost salamander.
I made it pretty.
I was going to say that,
And
but yes.
probably in pain.
Yes. It's pretty and
Sprinkles.
suffering,
Uh-huh.
says the worshiper of the god of suffering. But he tries to alleviate suffering, not what you're moving forward. Moving forward, always moving forward.
We're alleviating some suffering.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. Papaki, I have some bad news for you. You might be able to make
Oh,
this
no.
attack with advantage. I didn't say it was Papaki's bad news,
Oh.
although that's a 14.
I'm going to
So.
use my inspiration.
Okay.
Third time is the charm. That is 20.
Third time is the charm.
Okay.
Bapaki, you would expect Bapaki to go along the dock here.
That's just what you want us to think.
Bapaki leaps out from behind the gout of fire that Longkep spews at the salamander
Oh, I love this cinematic idea.
and leaps among the little icebergs and ends up here.
There weren't icebergs, but there are now.
Well, the ice is melting, so there are little
It's-
icebergs.
They were spawned in by the rule of cool. Papaki needed something cool
Yeah.
to jump across, therefore icebergs.
Cool.
of course they were spawned in by the rule of cool. What other temperature are icebergs going to be?
Very true.
Now,
I retroactively take credit for any puns, even if I did not realize they were puns at the time.
I had technically advantage on this attack roll, but I don't need advantage on the attack roll to use my sneak attack against a creature if I'm within 5 feet of it. No other creatures are within 5 feet of me, and I don't have disadvantage on the attack roll because
I
I'm
will
a
allow this.
swashbuckler, and that's what we do.
We did say it was next to the ship and the ship was an ally, but this thing is big enough that you can be next to it and not be next to the ship.
Oh, that's why I'm riding the icebergs out, so I'm not next to the ship.
There we go. I have been playing loosey-goosey
normal
with this
damage.
map's proportions this entire evening.
So that's
Okay.
6 normal damage and 12 sneak attack.
I love the dichotomy between the actual the normal damage and the what you add on top of that from sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
Here's this toothpick and a giant redwood. It's fine for the other. All right. Anything else?
Maury, now!
What?
Now what?
Right.
Just worry.
Mari looks over her spell list because Mari was not designed for combat when I created Mari, and I have never deviated from this except for the one time where I forgot to check and see if I had clicked on the prepared button and had her cast a spell that wasn't prepared.
Oh.
It's all right. Obviously, she
Mari
prepared to
never
that day.
remembers. This is my canonical reason for why I don't. Mari never remembers what she can actually do to hurt others.
Aw. Yeah.
Maury casts locate object. No. Mending and puts the icebergs back together. No, that's a 10-minute. We're not doing that.
Gonna need to do mending on our ship. Is what we're gonna need to do.
You need all the pieces.
We'll just use part of Lefty.
Okay, I know that these dice are not physics-based, but that one rolled to a 20, and then it looked like it bounced off of Story's character art to land on a lower number. That is one below the AC.
Oh.
However,
Wait,
now I know.
Didn't it get hit with guiding bolt and...
Yes, but Papaki went.
Yeah, but Papaki didn't take the guiding bolt because... Did she? She was talking about not needing advantage because she was within
It's next attack.
5 feet of the target and nobody else was.
It's the next attack.
It's the next attack roll.
Yeah.
Alas.
Tragically, Bapaki needed to use her inspiration to even hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
The guiding with advantage, I got lower than the thing's AC.
But good news, it's Sori's turn.
Sorry?
Oh, Mario got the ray of sickness there. Duh.
Sorry? Aren't you red?
Yep.
Can I make a suggestion?
I should breathe fire at it?
That is my suggestion.
You know, that seems like it might just be a time to use a breath weapon.
I think the last time Sori used a breath weapon in any of my games, it was the one shot that you made Sori for, which we didn't record. And now it's time for everyone's favorite game.
A weak petite.
Yes, and then you melted a
Sorry.
dwarf. And now it's time for everyone's favorite game. Where are the breath weapon?
Indeed.
As luck would have it, you have a button under features, scroll down to passive abilities, and click on breath weapon.
Breath weapon. Type determined by ancestry. More details. This does not entirely help.
No. Click on the little die icon. When you mouse over breath weapon and it turns into a die, click on that.
Did.
Okay, so your breath weapon does have a max range. Looking for it. Sori would know what it is.
Yes.
And I'm thinking Sori's too far away. Also, I think she'd have to hit Smallest Kep and Maury if she stays.
Can I move and do it?
Yes. Movement is separate from actions.
Okay, so let's see. What's my move? Double checking my move here.
Your move is 30. You can
30.
easily make it.
5, 10, 15. Come on. Oh, there's a wall there. All right. I need to go back to where I started.
Yeah, you have to go up
5, 10, 15. Will that get me able to do it without hitting the boat?
I believe so. The dock might catch on fire.
Hit me, not the ship.
Right
Hit
now,
me,
it doesn't
not the
fly
ship.
towards boat. Hit you? What?
Bapaki is red too.
True.
That doesn't actually mean anything. But
Indeed. Sori would like to not hit Smallest Kep, etc. Will this get the monster and not the ship?
Smallest Kep is actually riding on Long Kep.
Oh, okay.
The token just wouldn't do that.
yeah.
Give me a moment. Oh, wait. We got it. It actually looks like Smallest Kep is snuggling Long Kep now on my screen.
I would go one more onto the dock just to make sure you don't hit anybody except me.
Just for the GM, GM's question, is the monster directly in front of the ship, or if I ran upwards past through Long Kep Square?
I couldn't be bothered to put the ship on this map, and we've been playing loosey-goosey with this. I can say that you will... There's a way you can angle this so you're only going to hit the monster.
Okay. I suspect I'm going to do like that.
That's fine.
Monster. Roar. Okay, where's the button I press? Breath weapon. Oh, I don't have to. Each creature in the area must make a DC 12 saving throw. Type determined by ancestry. She does fire.
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone with a dex save.
So, I forgot about this, but did you know in some descriptions of Nix, when you click the little icon for the Firefox browser, it makes all of your open windows minimize?
Oh no.
I have just found this
everything?
out. And I was wondering where my frost salamander stat block.
Oops.
So this is a dexterity saving throw, right?
Uh,
Pocky, you're not getting hit by this.
Fire makes a cone dex save.
But Pocky can't not get hit by this.
It's a cone.
Pocky is shorter than a frost salamander.
Unless you are diving heroically in Story's way to protect the frost salamander so that you can get the killing blow, you are not going to get hit by this.
I'm trying to figure out the physics of that.
It's going right past you. It's a cone, so it's going to spread out. It's small,
Yeah, it's a
but right
cone.
next to
So
me.
either you're hitting me or you're hitting the ship.
No, the DM has said, don't worry about that. The map is not to scale.
Okay.
But it makes it safe, so it's going to take half damage.
Okay, so I'm doing. Let's see. It starts at 2d6. At 6th level, it's 3d6, and I'm 7th level. I'm level 7.
So 3d6.
Okay, so
But the funny thing is, it made the save, but it's weak to it. So I'm going to have to half it, then double it.
Yeah.
13. So,
So 12.
yes. If it's odd, you just minus 1.
12 isn't bad.
Better than
This
Maury did.
little wee dragonborn goes.
The petite dragonborn huffed and puffed.
Yes,
The little
took a
good
big-
dragonborn
petite
versus
Yeah.
the big bad wolf.
Right.
little red dragonborn. Little red dragonborn is supposed to Little Red Riding Hood.
All right. You still have a bonus action if you want to use a bonus action. I don't think you have one you may or may not have one that's relevant.
Let's see. Let me quickly look at my bonus actions. Well, let's see. I can turn invisible until my next turn. No, that's an action.
Oh.
No, those are all actions, not bonus actions.
Okay.
It says bonus action, and then it does description, and nope. I
Oh.
appear to not have bonus actions.
Then we will move on to Longcap.
Oh, that's a bonus action, which I don't have one of. Okay.
All right, it is Longcap's turn again.
Yes.
Technically,
Longcap is
Longcap went before combat started.
Yes. So technically, this is your first turn.
yeah, that's true.
Longcap started the combat.
Longcap was the
I would like to get out of the way of hitting Sori and breathe fire at the salamander again.
I mean, you're taller than Sora. You could probably just sort of like lean over her head.
You know what? That's
What an
true.
image.
I'm going
An
to
image.
put my hands on Sori's shoulders and lean over Sori's head and breathe fire.
You keep messing me with these. I can take it.
To heal
Would
you.
that assist you somehow?
No, but it's funny.
No, it would take up a spell slot to fix you.
It's a long rest.
Hello, I rolled damage. Please roll the damage. There we go. Anyway, 11 damage, DC 14, save for half
What stat for save?
dexterity.
And it dodge.
Ooh.
Boo.
Well, okay, that's a nat 20. But sock it.
It
No.
dodged.
Sock it. Sock it.
Uh-oh. Is your cat trying to play with the dice on the screen?
May have been. Yes. And when I said sock it, when I did that, he leapt from my desk to my shoulder, to the back of my chair, to the floor. Effortlessly.
All right.
As if he had rolled his own nat 20 acrobatics check.
Yeah,
I
sounds
barely
like you
felt
did.
it on my shoulder.
Oh, wow.
Oh
Nice.
my
But it
goodness.
made me forget that I was
Oh, no.
checking to see how much damage save, which would be... All right, that's him. Smallest Kep.
And I do not believe I have.
Hmm?
Smallest cap,
Uses an action to
smallest cap
intimidate.
is going to hide in Longcap's hood.
Well, yes, but they still stick their snout out in an attempt to make a menacing glare.
And it is
They ba-
very adorable.
They bare their teeth. Their teeth are always bare, but never mind. Intimidation check. Yes, a 12.
They are very intimidating.
Ah.
Or so they feel.
Considering their charisma, I think a 12 is a very good roll.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
They
a
have a
-4 to
-4 for this.
charisma. The only problem
yeah, it was a
is
16 on the die.
because of your positioning, when it glares out, it's actually glaring at the back of Sori's head. So the salamander is unable to see this intimidating, frightful figure that will surely wreak havoc on its toes, provided it comes over and extends a foot for chewing and doesn't make any threatening gestures.
Crunch.
Making the game last longer because of this roleplay is something that I will do every frickin' time, dag nabbit. Okay, now for the frosts. Let's see what's going on. Features, traits. I need to make a roll. Making a roll. Roll.
Oh. The dragon's
his
breath
breath
weapon recharged.
That's what I was afraid of.
Nope, it only recharges on a 6.
Oh.
That would have made it easy for me. Now I've got to think about things. Dag nabbit. I don't want to think I'm the GM.
I
I
know what
wanted-
you mean.
If I wanted to think I'd play a barbarian.
Then you have to remember to rage.
Yeah, that takes
Yeah.
that's tough to do sometimes.
Uh-huh.
You all caught up in the plot? Okay, it's gonna make 1 bite attack and 4 claw attacks. So we need a bite and we need claws. It's gonna try to bite the one character who insists they can take it. How's a 15 do for you, Paki?
15 will do it.
I had to double check to see if that was a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, it's bad.
It's only 12 points of damage.
That's why we weren't hitting you with the flame.
It is also going to attack
No friendly
you
fire.
with a claw attack. 16,
16 will do it.
9 points of damage.
12 won't.
How's a nat 1 for
10
you?
won't.
What happens for this nat 1?
Its claws fall off.
It breaks a nail?
Yeah.
I mean, it's ice.
It has been burned by multiple people, one of them twice. It has been stabbed. It has been glitter bombed. It has been shown a very menacing glare. Yeah, for that particular arm, the claws fall off. Not because it just takes a swing and then they fall off. It swings at you, you get out of the way, it hits the ice. Now, it's immune to cold damage, but not blunt force trauma. It's the ultimate broken nail issue. Everyone here winces. Some of you
Yeah.
internally, some of you acknowledge that that is a wince is something that you would do if you had an emotional response to this.
Some of us have had a nail fall off recently.
Utashi, how do
Also,
you...
some of us remember early editions of D&D when if you rolled a natural 1, you dropped your weapon.
Good thing you don't roll for breath weapon. What happens? Your lungs fall out.
Yeah. No.
Back.
Like the image of frogs
Anyway.
throwing up their own stomach to clean them off if they swallow something they don't like, but it's worse. It's so much worse.
Oh.
Speaking of
Mhm.
so much worse, Utashi, how are you going to make the frost salamander's life so much worse?
Can probably do guiding bolt again.
Ideally, you have healing spells.
I do. Do you need to be healed?
Yeah.
I'm at 42 of 70.
Okay, let's do healing spells.
It's fine. I'm
Um,
fairly certain that it only has a 1 in 6 chance of refreshing its breath weapon.
okay, I have prayer of healing.
I think that's
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's one of the big ones.
that is one of the big ones. I could do that.
Yeah, I would not use that yet. If you
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
if
about
you
that
can
one.
That's
if you can
like-
up level healing word,
Yep.
Cure wound. That one.
your wound
That's a
requires
classic.
me to be. It requires you to be next to me.
That requires touching.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I walk over there and do it?
Do you
Let's be honest,
do you
Otashi
have
would.
healing word.
Do I have healing word?
First level.
I do have healing word.
It's got
Yeah.
the little dark
If
gear
you-
next to it. Or down.
If
Yeah.
you up level that
Okay.
should be okay.
I don't know how to up level that.
When
When
you
you click
cast the
on it,
spell, it asks you what level you
it
want to
will-
cast
oh.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It even tells you how many slots you have left.
Yeah, let's do this one. And targeting Bupaki, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just click the healing button in the chat.
Healing button in the chat. This one. Yeah. Doesn't say.
No, go to the little
I'm
word
aiming
bubbles on, and then scroll down the bottom message. You, and it says healing word.
Sorry, I'm not all the way awake yet.
It's
Understandable.
Fine.
So
okay. You don't have to target me.
okay.
It's not automatic. If you
Okay.
when you cast the spell, then I'll manually adjust my hit points.
Okay. So we're gonna do normal, I think. Oh, that's not much.
10's fine.
Okay.
10 is
I'm happy with 10.
more than Bapaki had before.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
I'm probably done now. Yeah.
Well, that was your bonus action. You still have an action.
Oh, I have an action.
Yeah,
Okay,
healing
well,
word
if
is
I
a
have an
bonus action.
then,
So if you want to cast Guiding Bolt anyway, you
okay.
can still cast Guiding Bolt anyway.
Yes.
Because I
Yeah.
house ruled that you
Yep,
can do
I'm
it.
gonna cast that. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna.
Yeah, can I ask a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Hold that until after I've attacked.
Okay.
Direction. Oh, right.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll wait.
Okay, so Utashi lines up, possibly doing finger guns, casts Guiding Bolt,
Pew.
and waits for it. Bapaki's not waiting for it.
The Pocky is moving to another iceberg. I'm assuming that the ice around me is melting, and so I am jumping from iceberg to iceberg because it's cooler.
The larger
It's
ones are
fine,
cooler,
sir.
yes.
Should have had you do the guiding bolt.
Bapaki,
But you're next to the ship.
didn't you painstakingly describe why you didn't need inspiration?
Yeah, because if I hit,
Oh, it's only for damage. Oh, it doesn't let you roll at advantage. All right. But also,
But you're near the ship. Aren't you near the
do
ship?
you consider the ship to be an ally?
sure, I consider the ship to be an ally.
While you are not while you are not right next to the ship,
I'm not within 5 feet.
the
but the creature
salamander is large enough. Yes, same rule I gave for Utashi. A 19 is gonna do it.
Excellent.
I don't know where people get this idea that DMs are all evil and out to kill the PCs. Just because I threw a dragon god at you doesn't mean I'm trying to kill you.
So that's 15 piercing damage. And I'm pulling back here, dancing back across the icebergs.
It's gonna get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, no, it sure isn't.
You are
choose this archetype
disengaging.
at third level, when you choose this archetype at third, it's fancy footwork. I'm a swashbuckler. You learn how to land a strike and then slip away without reprisal. During your turn, if you make a melee attack against a creature, that creature can't make opportunity attacks against you for the rest of your turn.
It still attempts it, but it attempts it with the arm where the claws fell off.
Oh no.
But don't worry, they're towing the claws outside of the environment.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
much better at this than you are. It's time for you to give up.
Utashi, you are fairly certain you have this salamander in your sight.
Yep. Okay.
You like to
Gonna
cast
do
Guiding Bolt.
Yep. So I'm trying to remember how.
You go to your spell list and click,
Oh wait, I found it. Found it. Let me do a second level spell on that.
Okay. Come back to the chat,
Work.
click attack,
Attack. Yes.
and advantage.
Normal, advantage, disadvantage.
Advantage.
Advantage. Okay, got it.
Because it's
There
next to
we
the ship.
go. 19.
19 will do it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Damage. Normal.
Yes.
I can't read that.
Fine. It tallies it up in the chat for us. You got 17.
Oh, 17.
By the
Oh,
way,
cool.
I forgot to tell
Yay.
everyone Longest Kept bloodied it. But it's okay because Longest
Oh.
Kept also cauterized it.
Okay.
And I realize I'm calling Long Kept Longest Kept.
Salamander.
I'm calling
Right.
Long Kept Longest Kept because their icon and Smallest Kept's icons are on top of each other and it's mixing the words together.
It is. Yeah, it is.
It's
Okay.
that Long Cat is Long meme, but it's a kobold on Lizard Folk hardware.
Uh-huh.
That's horrifying. Almost as horrifying as Mari realizing it's her turn.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Bapaki,
Yeah.
Mari is very happy that you ran to where you are.
She can boop your snoot for healing.
No, she won't do that. Remember, she doesn't like getting power from an evil black dragon guy.
Hmm.
But as an
Oh.
artificer, she can invent things.
She can pour healing potion all over.
I don't think this is
bandage.
about healing.
Oh, no, it is. Mori pulls
Oh.
out a device with a needle and jabs it in your arm.
It's the hypo of healing.
What in the... What does it do?
It does 12 points of healing.
You go, what in the? Oh, I feel better. Yeah. Sorry.
Ah.
Oh, that's right. When Maury said, I made this thing.
I like you.
Please don't. For the record, it sounded like you said,
like
I
you.
lick you.
No. I like you.
I like you too. Things are weird right now.
Yeah, they really are.
Anyway, it's now Sori's turn.
So how wounded is Bapaki at the moment?
Barely. Bapaki is actually better off than before the fight started.
In that case,
I took damage in the last session.
I
right,
knew that.
now you're back up. In that case, let's see. How does the guiding bolt thing work again? On
The next
look
attack,
at my system.
anyone attacking has advantage. And
What if
Maury
it's
didn't attack.
a thing that
If
Right.
it is a specific, it's specifically the next attack.
if I hit it with a cantrip that it has to do a saving throw, does that count?
That's
No.
not
as
an
a-
attack.
That does not
Oh.
count.
That's not an count. That's a well. In that case,
It's-
I'm hitting with Sacred Flame, which isn't actually flame, but it's the attack I've got.
It is if you make an attack roll,
Mhm.
then that attack is at advantage.
So if I'm not making an attack roll, I'm not.
If
using
you
it
are
up.
not making an attack roll, you are not using it up.
Okay. In that case, it needs to make a saving throw, DC 14 Dexterity.
I like when the spells
Nice.
show
Fails.
up in the chat because I can select the creature who needs to save, and then I just click
Mhm.
button,
Yeah.
and I roll a nat 1
Rolls a natural one.
for everyone to see, and then
Nice.
you get to click the damage, and I get to double it.
Does it count as a critical hit?
No, it's fire damage.
Ah.
Oh, wait, no, it's not fire damage.
Okay. Nope, it's just radiant.
Radiant damage. So I don't double it.
It's called Sacred Flame, but it does radiant damage.
At least it's
Still,
not
like,
chill
points of radiant
touch.
damage. Isn't it? Yeah, I'm not touching that thing.
Chill touch your name only,
Neither
for it
is
is
chill
neither.
touch. Neither is chill touch.
Players have been making
Chill
fun of
touch
chill
is
touch
not
for
fire
10
damage.
years. For 10 years, we've been making fun of chill touch. But in any case,
It's true. Chill touch is not fire damage.
you are absolutely right.
No.
It is not.
Nor am I touching it.
Nor is it chilly,
And
nor is
chill touch
anyone
is
wanting
not
to touch that.
touching it either.
Sacred Flame is flame-like radiance.
All right. With that done, sorry, that was an action, right?
Yep,
And
that's
we
an
were-
action.
We already talked about how you don't like your bonus action. So we are going to move on to Longcap.
Longcap would like to continue to breathe fire.
I mean, if you're living
Has
the
your
dream.
breath weapon recharged yet?
Huh?
Has your breath weapon recharged yet? Oh, it's a spell. You don't have to worry about that.
I want to flavor this as, while we're counting this as separate rolls each time, each turn, Longcap is just doing one continuous 18-second gout of flame over Sori's head. When Bipaki jumped from
Yeah, that's
iceberg
right.
to
But
iceberg,
Longcap can hold their breath for 10 minutes.
so imagine how long you can exhale. When Bipaki tiptoed from iceberg to iceberg, she actually did one of those duck and spin maneuvers to go underneath the fire because while she said she could take it, if you don't have to,
He's not going to take any chances.
she's showing off by showing how she can dodge around it. I mean, there we go.
Yep.
So the fire is still happening.
Say,
Longcap is a flamethrower.
And I got to be reminded again what I'm making the save.
Dexterity.
Thank you. I know I keep asking because I'm forgetting.
Oh,
And that is my
Another one.
third nat one tonight. Oh my gosh.
it is.
And you see I'm rolling publicly. I'm not fudging these numbers.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm eating up all the 20s so that your character, so that the NPCs roll the ones.
We
Okay.
don't want Maury to roll the ones. We just want the enemy to roll the one.
Longcap, how do you do this?
I melt the salamander.
By breathing fire.
Yes.
That's pretty much straight up it.
Mhm.
It took a face full of fire.
May I yes and this?
By all means.
I
Well,
don't argue.
It
think
requires
it will
me to
Longcap.
say that Longcap does a thing. My suggestion is that as Longcap continues this 18-second gout of flame, which might make some petite dragonborn feel slightly inadequate.
Just a little.
This frost salamander is still flailing. Remember, its back legs fell down into a hole in the ice from the first attack, which this technically still is. And it was scrabbling. It's got its two front legs up on the dock, one of them bloody and ruined because the claws fell off of that one. And Longcap just continues to breathe out more and more flame while walking slowly closer. And the last bit of melting that happens is with Longcap looking straight down at what's left of the salamander for nothing left. Then Smallest
stay down.
Then Smallest Cap jumps out of the robe, stomps over. For Smallest Cap, it's a stomp, and does a small kick.
It wasn't actually meat, huh?
As far as Smallest Cap is concerned, Smallest Cap got the kill.
Oh.
Of course. Obviously.
Hound, send an emissary to let us know how you're doing.
No, I don't want to hear from it again.
The Pocky is actually feeling fairly fondly toward the town.
Yeah, Bafaki said town send an emissary.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
The combination of
Sora doesn't want him.
Bapaki's character voice with internet connections made
Yeah,
it hard to
sorry.
understand.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I picked it up.
Hound, send an emissary to let us know how you're doing.
A nearby crate turns into a person and they walk over. They have two red lines under one eye.
Is this canon?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
Hello, I am emissary. What does an emissary do?
You
An
do
emissary. Go ahead, Longcap.
You do not need to be a human if that is unpleasant for you.
Good if you can talk.
They
We get it.
they blink at Longcap and say, "I am always me."
I mean, we kind of get what's going on here, I think. But how are things going? Like with the ice things. Do you need any help?
The grandparents are wrapping.
Does anyone need healing?
Oh no, I don't think anyone needs healing.
I mean, if anyone got hurt while they were fighting, then
No, I don't think anyone needs healing.
wouldn't they need healing?
Some of us were injured.
Oh,
Do you want
well,
healing?
You
would help you? Yes.
don't need an insight
I mean-
check to understand that emissary is struggling to grapple with this assertion.
I mean, unless the healing spells would hurt you or something.
No, they are uncommon.
Healing spells?
We do not have clerics.
Well, if you
Everything has just clicked into place for Bapaki. Sorry, Beth.
if you can gather like 6 people at a time.
No, not
who are
people.
Wounded? They're people.
That-
Just because they're also apparently
I'm not-
mimics.
I'm not sure they would appreciate people. That's all I'm saying.
We are
Citizens?
people
Entities.
See?
when we take the forms of people. We are
Let's
a community.
go with
Individ-
entities.
How about individuals?
Individuals works.
I can fix like 6 people at a time.
Right.
Individuals.
You can come over. I think they would
Right,
probably not
individuals.
object.
Yeah. Sorry. Individuals. I can fix up to 6 individuals at a time for like 2 or 3 more spells. So if some wounded could be gathered together, I can do a prayer of healing for them.
There are,
It takes like 10 minutes. 6 individuals. 6 wounded.
as you are talking, you've repeated this several times. And as you are
Yes.
saying this, more and more mimics are gathering around you. Some of them don't need any healing whatsoever. They look just fine. Some of them are carrying others. Some of them are in forms that should not be able to carry others, but are. Some of them are in the forms of people where they are cradling a book as if it were a precious child, because perhaps it is, and the book has ice crusted on
Poor baby.
it. And
I'm gonna let the clerics handle this one.
the buildings
the
are
GM
leaning
want-
towards you as if to watch over you and keep the
Aw.
sun out of your eye.
But I'm pretty sure we can help you. But I hope you'll be inclined to help us too.
12
Do
points of
mimics
healing.
count as unconstructs?
Mimics are not
I
constructs.
don't think they're constructs. They're
Okay,
they're
just
organic.
making sure.
They are
And they're not
monstrosity.
undead. But I can heal a monstrosity if I want to.
But sometimes monstrosities can also be called friends.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're going to end it. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, everyone, for playing.
Oh, I see how it is.
My name is Crash. I was your DM for this. I forgot to introduce the beginning of the tonight. I was joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Beth, Ellie, Yo, who once.
Ellie.
Pocky.
We didn't want to tell you in advance, but we know you owe her money.
Well, that's what the ocean's for.
You shouldn't keep your dollar bills in it.
And this one is wet, and this one is wet.
Did
and
you
this
dry
one
these in the
is wet.
ocean?
Who wants to plug a thing before I crack out loud?
Neil's mom writes books.
At elizabeth-mccoy.com. And I'm absolutely tickled because a library purchased one of my books, and I'm so happy.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
And speaking of books,
My website is Book of Jen at bookofjen.net. I just put a lot of Diablo stuff on there mostly, and whatever books I do a review of when I have the time. So that's at bookofjen.net. Also, I am the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, and that's at shatteredsoulstone.com, and probably a bunch of apps that have podcast type things on it. New episodes come out every Saturday.
and speaking of Patreons,
Well, we have one, but it's not necessary. If you want to get all this stuff for free and you don't mind waiting, get one a week, you can go to ironbsmith.com/cogwheel and get all of our podcasts through RSS because dagnabbit podcatchers are cool. But if you like them, well, there's two ways to help us out. One is to share this with others, and the other is to, of course, at patreon.com/cogwheelgaming, help us keep the lights on along with other illustrious patrons, including Chris, Ellie, Shen, Walter, Patron Emeritus, Cindy. And until next time, Crash saying, hello, I am Boat. Good night, everybody.
good nobbin'.
Wow.